Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and we are going to test out some of the new dinosaur behaviours for patch 1.4 in Jurassic World Evolution. As you can see, I've just released myself a lovely jubbly little Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, we're going to test out two specific new behaviours just to see how they work in the real game. The first one is the incessant need for dinosaurs to hunt. Right here we have ourselves a T-Rex and it's about to feed from the feeder. I want my T-Rex to be sitting at relatively full food before we begin this experiment. But to tell you guys what the patch was actually meant to be, the idea is... One sec, let's get a nice shot of that Rexy there. Look at it, beautiful. Mouthful of meat, just how she likes it. The plan was for the patch that in the past dinosaurs would hunt constantly. If there was a dinosaur they could kill, they would try to kill it. And they finally got rid of that. The idea is now that dinosaurs will only hunt when they are hungry. They will prioritise, I believe, hunting over feeders. That's something else we're going to test with this first little paddock. But every carnivore, other than the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor, should now prioritise... It's kind of living that. They shouldn't prioritise killing things if they don't need to actually eat, which makes a lot of sense. You know, dinosaurs weren't these bloodthirsty things that just murdered everything. So we have a well-fed Tyrannosaurus Rex, and we're going to release some very spooked Struthiomimuses into the exhibit. We're going to release 5 of them. Now, you'll remember we did this in our Jurassic Park 1993 with the Gallimimuses, and the T-Rex slaughtered the Gallimimus en masse. Bingo, bango, I'm going to kill every single Gallimimus I can lay my hands on. The idea is we're going to watch the T-Rex for a little bit, just chill a little bit, but the T-Rex shouldn't, now that it's full food, it shouldn't kill a Struthiomimus. At least for a little bit. I don't know how long that'll last, but at least for a little bit, it shouldn't kill a Struthiomimus. Now, maybe they do have an initial hunt reaction. If you think back to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, whenever you first released a dinosaur, it would run out and kill something. It didn't eat it, it didn't need to eat, it just... Rexy, I'm trying to talk to YouTube. It just wanted to kill something, you know. I don't know what she's doing. She's being very strange. Rexys are so derpy from the front, aren't they? I gotta say, it's a good start already. We have 3 Struthies just chilling there, socialising over there. And Rexy doesn't seem to have a care in the world. She's just doing her own thing. The Struthies, I'm even going to put their feeder right here next to the carnivore one. So what I'm wondering is, at what point in the food level do you need, well, will she start to hunt? And will she prioritise hunting over the feeders as we expect her to? The interesting thing about this means that we can create like a Site B, more open park without having to constantly replenish herbivores. You may have to do it every now and again, but that's kind of natural. Whereas in the past, Rexy would be killing. She would have killed. I wish I'd done a pre-patch 1.4 test to show it, but she would have killed probably 2 or 3 of these Struthiomimuses already. And as it is, they are... I mean, I think they'll panic in a second as she approaches, but right now they're looking pretty chill about the situation. You can have your carnivores and your herbivores living together, and as long as you're willing to replace a herbivore every now and again, depending on the rate of food deprivation for your dinosaurs, which as you can see is pretty damn slow, then it's not a problem. I think we can say this has been successfully fixed. If, however, we did bring in, say, an Indominus Rex or an Indoraptor, it would proceed to slaughter everything. Tell you what, we will do just that. It may not make it by the end, but we'll start it off now. Let's get ourselves an Indoraptor. There we go. Let's get that on the way. God, it takes a long time for the Indoraptor. So we'll test that out at the end of the video, but the Indoraptor should come out and display very different behaviours than what we're seeing from the T-Rex. Now, the other behaviour I want to test is this new threaten, taunting, fighting behaviour. And this is what happens between dinosaurs when they get to their max social need. Not above it, according to the patch notes, but to their max need, as in... So, I believe for Velociraptors it's 4. I'm not 100% sure, so we're going to check in a second. It might be a little bit more than that. When I can find the right thing. Social group is 2 to 6. So the theory is once you have 6 Velociraptors, as in your max, absolute max they can stand living together in one exhibit, what should happen is they begin to taunt and fight and battle against each other. Kind of like, because they're not going to kill each other because they're not that crazy, they're not trying to break out or anything, but they're at the very... You know, it's not like you're comfortable and then uncomfortable as you get from 6 to 7 dinosaurs. It's more like you're comfortable with 3 to 4, that's your ideal limit. And then you get to 6 and you're feeling a little bit, ooh, I don't know, it's getting a little busy in here. And then maybe you'd start to lash out at the people around you. If you cram loads of things, be they humans or other animals or whatever, into one small area, they're going to lash out at each other. And I really want to see that come to fruition. Unfortunately, that does mean we need 2 more Velociraptors because I got the social number wrong. So we have 4 Velociraptors so far. They should be a nice, happy family, all said and done. Give them a couple of feeders. Give them just 1 feeder since we have infinite feeders. Lovely stuff. And the Rex has still, I believe, not killed a single Struthiomimus. That's all 5 of them, and the Rex is still here. She's still hungry. Well, she's still not hungry, which is helping. And we'll skip forward a little bit. I'm going to wait for the Indoraptor, and I'm going to wait for those 2 Velociraptors as well. I think the hunt may be on. So she's... It's been about 10 minutes or so. She's going in. There she goes. Oh, God. Look how it eats. Lovely stuff. So it turns out they don't need much food. Like, to be lacking much food in order to spur that desire to feed. Again, I suspect if there was no dinosaurs in here, that's about the point she would instead have gone for the feeder. And it does seem she prioritised the Struthiomimus over the feeder. There is a feeder here, a full feeder, an infinite feeder ready to feed her, and she instead went and murdered the Struthiomimus. And now she'll chill for a little bit and she won't hunt. It's interesting to see. I do think maybe the food requirement is a little bit too high for how often the dinosaurs eat. I think it could be doing with being lower, maybe like a 50%-ish. Maybe it could be based on where the red marker is, something like that. I don't really know for sure. But what we'll do is release the Indoraptor. Now I'm a little worried it's just, tell you what, I'm a little worried it's just going to kill the Rex, or at least attempt to kill the Rex. Actually, that's a good thing. So, we'll release the Indoraptor. And whilst all that's going on, we're also going to release our Velociraptors over here, number 5 and number 6. And hopefully that means we're going to get some slightly more aggressive behaviour. I'm hoping the Indoraptor not only kills the Rex, but if she does, she then decides to go and kill Struthiomimuses on top of it. That she has this kind of perpetual hunt. We should see her just completely different to how the Rex acted in many, many ways. Now, if we go into our Raptors, you can see when the next one comes out, not quite yet, that the social meter should be right at the top. Well, let's watch the Indoraptor. What's she doing? Yep, straight away. So, I mean, we can see that, right? The Rex didn't go for the kill at all, really. The Rex just kind of ignored it. And the Indoraptor instantly went for a kill. Doesn't matter that she's... Well, nothing matters. She was hungry, though. So that doesn't mean anything, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, but the Rex... Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Both dinosaurs... The Rex had full, like, no hunger, so she didn't kill. The Indoraptor had no hunger, so it doesn't really mean anything either way. But we need to keep an eye on now, because if the Indoraptor continues to kill, now that she's already fed, that will show the difference between her and the Rex, who is just kind of chilling. You know, there's 3 Struthiomimuses left, but because she's got full food near enough, she's no interest in murdering any of them. Will the Indoraptor? That is the question. We also need to keep an eye on our 6 now, Velociraptors. If we click on that, we should see the social need is right at the top. I've never seen this happen, this top social fighting against each other sort of thing. I believe this is how it works, right? This is an experiment for me as well. I want to see the Indoraptor kill something else, and then I don't have to look at this right-hand side anymore. I can go focus on the Raptors for a little bit. Come on, Indo. Look how delicious this is. Stop drinking. Drinking's for nerds. I don't know if it's a fight or just taunting behaviour or what. We'll have to keep an eye out. See if we can spot anything that looks a little bit more threatening than what they usually do, you know? And they're just socialising. They're having a grand old time. We'll keep an eye out. We'll see what happens. We've got to follow the Indoraptor for a moment. Who needs just a I don't want the Indoraptor to be trying to break out. That's not the goal. Is it going for the Struthi kill? Oh, it's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. It's going in again. It's going in again. Oof, in the head. Okay, clear difference between the Indo and the T-Rex. That's really good to see. So, Indominus Rex and Indoraptor, you need to keep a tight eye on those. Make sure nothing is going to go to absolute hell. But with the T-Rex and your other carnivores, you can basically ignore them at this point. Now, how does this taunting social thing work? That is the next question. I'm going to keep an eye on the Raptors, and we'll pop back in if I see anything a little bit suspicious. Here we go. Look, right there, right there. Did I catch in time? I only caught the last end of it, but the Raptors, they squared up to each other, right? And what you'll see here is one of them backs away. That was what was meant to happen. One of these 2 dinosaurs has won that engagement. They don't fight or anything. They don't really properly battle each other. But they just square up and they taunt and they do their sort of like animations that they would do in a battle at the start of a battle, and then one of the dinosaurs will back away. They're trying to sort of... Maybe they'll do it again. Yeah, they're doing it again. Look. they're kind of play fighting to try and establish dominance within the pack. And one of them will back away and run away. Right there it goes, running away because it knows it's been bested in that little engagement. It'd be nice if there was an actual social hierarchy of some form. We saw it in JPOG, of course, where a dinosaur had a little crown icon on its profile because it was the alpha in the pack. But I still think that's a really cool, nice little behaviour, because a lot of the times when you play this game, you are going to max out those social needs. You saw it in my 48 species. Every single pack had a maxed out social need, because it's a good way to just cram extra dinosaurs into your park. So you're going to see a lot of these sort of taunting, squaring, yo, big man on campus kind of behaviours. It's just really nice to see that both work. I think both of these behaviours make the dinosaurs more realistic, more entertaining to watch. And those are two very important things. They're not massive changes, but hey, we have proof that they work. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back on Monday. See you then. Cheers, much love. As always, bye-bye. Quick little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.